Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is the 31st of July, 2019, and it's been a huge heat wave here for the last several days, like oppressive. The heat, it's not the number of the heat, it's the humidity that kicks your butt. But finally, we had a thunderstorm. Now, before geoengineering was just an absolute everyday thing that happens constantly, 24/7, land, sea, and air. In the summertime, you'd get thunderstorms, sometimes a few times a week, because whenever the really hot, humid weather met a cold front or cooler air, you'd have a thunderstorm, and it would cool things down, and then the sun would come out, and everything would carry on. It was awesome. Those days, at least in the Northeast, are long gone. I mean, look at the sky behind me. Look how unbelievably unnatural that looks. Look at that. It amazes me that geoengineering has completely come out. It was soft disclosure. They're never going to tell you anything straight up. But they've said enough for people to understand that they are, without a doubt, loading the atmosphere with megatons of heavy metals. And they're using vaccines to fill people with heavy metals. And everything's genetically modified. Everything's fluoridated. Nobody cares. It's amazing to me that people can walk outside and see this kind of sky and think everything's normal. They don't even bat an eye. It's amazing to me. I'm walking on the beach right now. That's Boston right behind me. That's Boston Harbor right behind me. And it's dead. It's dead. There's still some stuff here. You know, there's clamshells and seagulls and the usual. But it smells like death all the time. That started several years ago. And they've been geoengineering the oceans. They're dumping massive amounts of... they're undoing creation. That's all there is to it. Think about this. I've said this before, I'll say it again. We're up against the most insidious force there is. The only force greater than the force that we're against is God. And most people don't even believe God's real. That blows me away, man. It totally blows me away. Most people don't think God's real. We're dealing with a fallen angel, okay? The brightest, most talented, most beautiful, so forth and so on. For whatever reason, Lucifer fell. Didn't want to worship God, whatever. But think about this. We're dealing with an angel that stood there and watched God create. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's like standing next to a chef as they're cooking. You've seen the recipe. Do you see what I'm saying? But apparently, grab my sneakers. Apparently, believe it or not, I was praying. Took my shoes off, everything. I wanted contact with the earth. Apparently, Lucifer and all the other fallen angels aren't allowed to create. But they can teach man how to replicate, which is why everything is robots, transhumanism, technology, etc. Like, it amazes me that you can show people a box of food stuffs and the ingredients are incredibly similar to, I don't know, wallpaper remover, other types of poison. It amazes me that you can show people what fluoride is. It's the only ingredient in rat poison that kills rats. People are drinking it every day. It's not a secret. I remember being laughed at decades ago for telling people there was fluoride in the water. Well, guess what? Towns, townships, everybody who's been voting on it to get rid of it. It's real. I started telling people a decade ago, right here, because look at the size of the sky. That's the only advantage to being on the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You can see the sun come up, you can see the sun go down. We haven't seen the sun set normally. It is the rarest of occasions when you can see the sun go down when it is not behind a veil of clouds. Lucifer, the angels, are destroying creation and in its place raising up a fake creation, the archons. Remember that? Remember that? Archons? They're here. It was written about. We were warned about this. Call them whatever you want. Inky, Anunnaki, they're fallen angels. I stood out here for years. Whether I was clean, whether I was using drugs, whatever. I've always been fascinated with the sky. And it was right here where I'm standing right now that I first noticed these strange red, blue, yellow, green things flashing in the sky. And then I started getting every telescope, every pair of astronomical binoculars I possibly could to figure out what they were. I never actually figured out exactly what they were, but more of them started showing up. And lots of you guys know that. Lots of people that have watched the skies, you know what's up there, you know what isn't. You know what moves, you know what doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess long story short, we're about to lose the internet, in my opinion. I think it's cool that channels are actually finally starting to stand up now that it's directly affecting them. But we're going to lose. We're not going to win. They're not going to unring this whole bell because a bunch of jerk-offs sue. They don't care. They're going to pull an event, and that event will be the exact opposite of everything we know. Aliens from another galaxy are going to come down here and tell us how to fix everything, but first we have to give up all our rights, all our weapons, everything. Hand it all over. It's the exact same story as the Bible, except instead of angels and fallen angels, it's aliens. And that's exactly why Storm Area 51 is being promoted by the mainstream. It's even being sponsored by Arby's, apparently. They have sufficiently dumbed people down enough where most people don't even see this as a thing. 1 million people allegedly planning to attack a military base in the United States. That's never been done. Nobody does that. You know why you don't do that? Because it's ludicrous. But that's what we're seeing. And the result will be, we gave these people freedom of speech, these conspiracy theorists and their fake news, they took it too far. Look what happened. National security. How many people got hurt or whatever it's going to be. And they're going to shut us down. And then after that, all those people that think they're alone, all those people that have nowhere to go, blah, 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 all those people that rely on the internet to communicate with the rest of the world, you can get a website going all you want. And remember, net neutrality, he turned it all over. Anybody that isn't saying, you know, I just ate 6 boxes of Captain Crunch, or look how cute my kitty is, there won't be any internet for you. That's just a fact. That's what's coming. So be ready. Be warned. Or don't. It's your call. At any rate, Crow 777, Jason Lindgren tomorrow at 11. As long as the creek don't rise and the good Lord's willing. If you've got questions for either one of them or for me, send them rjcjr10@yahoo.com. Leave your name, your question, and I'll read them live. I'm out.